So welcome back to the channel, and you probably can't see it, but around me is one of the densest layers of fog that I've been photographing in. And if you watch the channel regularly, and I'll put a link up in the corner, I'll have a lamp here to lighten up my face, but in the corner right here, I'll put a link to a video from 2 weeks ago where I encountered some really dense fog also. But now I'm just very close to my house, area that I wanted to go for a long time, but I needed these conditions. So finally these conditions are here, and I'm way too early, so I'm here walking pitch black through a forest. It's actually called the Devil's Mountain if you translate it into English. So yeah, who knows, we'll encounter the devil here in the dark. But yeah, fantastic conditions, so it looks really promising, and this forest had a lot of these gnarly old trees that I'm looking for. So let's see if we can find something spectacular here. So here I am, first shot in pitch darkness. Just look behind me, you can't see anything here. And the fun thing is that I just lit up this scene with my, with my phone, just to get the right focus, get the right composition. But this shows that you can still take a decent image without any light, especially in conditions like this. So let me try to show you on the back of the camera what I just photographed, because I think I can show you now. You see, this is the shot. So you got these trees on the left, the tree on the right, a path running through it, and then this big log laying on the ground there, and all these nice, yeah, green, I don't know what it is, plants on the left bottom. It just looks really nice. I hear these sounds all the time from the forest here. So looking at the settings, I'm at ISO 500 at the moment, and then F5, and I'm overexposing it a little bit to increase that fog, because if you underexpose it, you get a lot of noise. So I'm deliberately overexposing it, and I'm right now at 50-second shot. You know, it's absolutely wind still, so I'm not afraid of those leaves being blurry, but yeah, real nice. So first shot in the bag right now, in pitch darkness. I hope you like it, and I'm gonna find some pretty nice trees right now. So a little bit more light, and that gives me the opportunity to talk to you about something that I think is the most important thing about landscape photography. A couple of things actually, but let's just start with the most important thing that I think can improve your photographs real fast. And that's actually to know which kind of weather suits which kind of area. You know, if I look at myself about 2.5-3 years ago, if you look back on the channel, extreme foggy conditions like this, I would always go to these open heather areas. Just pick a lonely tree somewhere, and then I have a tree in the fog. Nothing that interesting, nothing complicated, just a tree in the fog. And somehow that didn't do it for me anymore. So right now, when I see conditions like this, I just think I need to go to a forest, and especially in autumn with all these autumn colors, you can find complicated scenes here that you normally can't see. Normally this is just absolute chaos here, but right now it just isn't. So yeah, know your area and know which weather suits the type of area you're in. Right now the open areas are much more suitable for a foggy day in summer, where that beautiful golden light can come through the fog. You know, that makes it interesting. And in a forest like this, it's hard for some light to get through the canopy of these trees here. So yeah, I think that's number one for the things that you can improve your images with real fast. So I honestly don't know if this next shot is going to work out, but I just want to show you, just in case it's one of those gems that I didn't expect. But just look over here. I noticed this yellow little tree here, and there are some really nice trees on the left and the right. And at first I included this trunk and I put it on the side of the frame like this, but I didn't really like it. So now I zoomed in a little bit and it looks more like this. You see, I've got these trees on the right and the left, some of those greens in the foreground, and I just think it looks really nice, you know. Yeah, it might be a little bit too hazy, I don't know. Maybe I should put on the polarizer. Might be a good idea. I think I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna take the shot now, and then I'm going to take another one with the polarizer, and I'll let you decide which one works better. So here is the shot. So the second thing to improve your images, and that's got a lot to do with the first point actually, and that takes years, you know, this takes years, but get to know your local area. You know, there's nothing better than looking out of the window like I did this morning. My son woke up real early, so I put him back to bed at I think it was 5:15 a.m. and I actually thought to myself, oh, let's peek through the curtains here, look outside. And I actually noticed this extreme fog, so I just woke up my wife and I said, sorry, I am going out for some photography, you know, and that's what I did. And here I am right now in this forest, and I think I took a wrong turn. That's a shame. But if you get to know your area, this actually suits this kind of it suits this little area that I'm talking about. Know your area, and then I'm taking the wrong road, you know. Oh, but if you know the area, you know where you can go quickly. This is 10-15 minutes from my house, and you can react to that. You can respond to it. You don't have to travel for hours to get a nice image. You know, conditions like this gives images everywhere. So definitely worth investing time in exploring your local area. And you don't have to do that in the morning with the best conditions, but you can also do it during the day. Take some walks with your kids, with your dog, or just by yourself, but just look at all the conditions and all the areas in your area. So that's tip number 2. So I'm just walking along the road here, or road, it's a path, road through the forest, and I just found this nice spot over here where you have 2 of those beautiful trees on the left, 1 beautiful tree on the right, and this open space on this side with the road. If you look at the road, it leads in a very slight S-curve to the back, which always pulls my attention. So there's also a little fence leading your eye along the road. And I think it just looks really nice with this beautiful atmosphere. So again, I'm just shooting it at f8 ISO 200, and that gives me a 5-second shutter speed. And very important in conditions like this is always check if your image is in focus and if it's not too grainy. You know, sometimes it really helps to lower the aperture to a lower point. You know, if you're shooting at f8, the camera is also getting all that fog in focus, you know, and sometimes you just don't want that. You don't want that fog to be in focus. You just want it to start at the point where you're focusing. So that's when I lower the aperture. But right now it's just possible, it's just okay. So that's why I'm doing it. And I'm also taking a high res shot here, just because I can. Tripod mode, image stabilization off. Yeah, I think a really nice shot. great conditions again. You know, I love autumn, and especially with these colors, the haze, the fog. You know, what more do you want as a landscape photographer? You know, I used to complain that the Netherlands was bad for landscape photography, but now when I look back on my channel, what I said in the first point, to improve your images, I think it's all about getting to know your area and know which weather suits the right area. And if you know that, there's beautiful images everywhere. So yeah, real happy with this spot. And yeah, I know there is much more coming. I'm definitely sure about it. Whoa, look at this plot. I love it, I absolutely love it. So I'm just gonna turn you around. Just look at this beautiful green patch here in the bottom, green yellow. Then we have this tree here on the edge. And then there are a couple of layers in this valley down there. Everything hazy, foggy, and just look on the back of the camera here. It looks really nice, if you ask me. And this is one of the reasons why I wanted to go to this specific place. There are a lot of hills, especially for the Netherlands. And I can't wait to get my ass down there in that little valley. I think it might even get better, but I have to walk around a little bit to reach that point. And I'm just checking focus on this shot. Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. I don't know, maybe that tree on the left is a little bit too dominant, but I just really like it. And yeah, this is that shot, you know, very simple again. I'm shooting it at f8, there's no problem with the fog at the moment, but yeah, it looks really nice, so this is it. So just take a look at this next scene that I found. You're absolutely ridiculously good with this fog here, but just see over here, we've got this stairs running up, this beautiful tree with this root system, and then on the right side, this path leading to the background. You know, absolute fantastic image. But this might be one of those rare occasions where I need something else than the 12 to 40 that's on the camera right now. So what this image needs is this, an ultra wide angle, the 7 to 14. I can't use a polarizer on this one, which is quite a shame, because this afternoon I am going to pick up the 8 to 25 f4. I wish I had it a couple of hours earlier, because it would definitely be good in this scene right here. But I'm going to mount this and see if I can get a real nice image with this ultra wide angle. So if you're thinking right now, he is nuts to just take off the lens and leave the camera open like that. You're probably right, you know, you're probably right, I shouldn't do that. But I've always done it like this, and I never ever clean my sensor. You know, it never gets dirty. So I'm definitely not afraid of that. You know, my camera gear is to use and to be quick, and I'm not that scared to to use my stuff and to leave it open without a lens cap and stuff. And you know, really, it doesn't matter that much. You know, I know everyone would say differently, but I noticed that it's not a real problem to me. But I just changed the position of the camera. As you can see for this shot, I went a bit lower. But what happens? So let me show you this on the back of the camera. So you can see, hopefully you can see it, maybe I should turn the exposure down, that those right trees are all being diagonally into the frame. And as you can see, that's not the case. So I don't really like that in my shot. So I'm gonna try to recompose this scene, hopefully find a better spot without this distortion ruining all those trees here. So yeah, let's move the camera back up again. So I moved the camera back up again, and just look at the back of the camera right now. You see, I now have this path and this section here, so this isn't in the image. Hopefully you can see it on the back here, that those trees in the back are now all straight and not diagonally. So I think I'm just spending way too much time on this one composition here, but I just really seem to like it, and I seem to see more different compositions. So right now I'm shooting in this portrait orientated shot with this stairs going up. So this takes in 2/3 of the ground, then this tree, and then the fog in the background. And I'm not using that section to the right here. I'm only concentrating on this half of the image here. And I think it just works. It just works really nice. So taking this shot right now, 6-second timer, and yeah, hopefully it works out. So this is the shot. So this is going to be the end of today's video. There's one more shot behind me here of this path leading to the back, but the fog has disappeared rapidly, what I was afraid of. So still I managed to get a couple of nice shots, I think, especially that staircase shot, but this is also one that I really like, but there's no fog or anything. And if you're in a woodland area, one last tip that I want to give you: if you get up a slope, you can photograph down towards the canopy of the trees on the other side, so you don't have these bright white spots of the air inside of your images. You just keep them out because you're photographing downwards up to the other slope. So that always works really nice, especially now with all those autumn colors. You can still take a couple of decent images. So I hope you liked this video, quite unexpected for me. If my son didn't wake up at 5 o'clock this morning, I would never have been out today. I would never have seen that there was such an amazing fog. It wasn't predicted or anything. So really happy with this extra bonus day and the shot I was after for a long time, finally in the right conditions. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you liked the video. Please push the thumbs up button if you do, and there's a subscribe button underneath this video. The channel is all about landscape photography with OM system gear. yeah, and I just hope to see you on the next one. There is a buy me a coffee link, and there are still some calendars available. So if you're interested in that, please visit my web shop. There's a link underneath in the description. And yeah, I just hope to see you on the next video. So thanks for watching. I'm gonna go back to the car. See you later. Bye bye.